Alright, so welcome to Craigslist, guys. And again, oops, these are the things that we're going to be going over through the class. And again, this is where you go. Once you go to Craigslist.com, this is the home page. You'll be clicking on My Account. And if you have an account, you'll just automatically sign in. If you don't have an account, this is where you're going to create it. Okay, so you'll create it down at the bottom. It's just going to ask you, I think, for your name, your email address and a password. And I believe it will ask you to verify it with your phone number after you put some ads in. Okay. Photo bucket. So write this down. It's photobucket.com. And the reason you need this is because you need a place to store all your ads. Now I know some of you might be like, oh, I have my own server. Don't put your ads there. Okay, you put your ads there, you can get your website banned. Okay, so don't do it. Use PhotoBucket. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and you're able to put as many ads there as you need. And right now I only rotate with 5 different ads. So that's how many ads I have. Okay, so down at the bottom it says sign up for your free account. The easiest way I recommend doing it is just using your Facebook account, because probably all of us are logged into Facebook all day long, so it's just an easy one-click button. So creating the ads, this is what my ads look like without that little corner piece on there that was Keynote. Okay, but this is what I'm looking for. I go on the MLS, I look for properties that are flips. Number one, because it drops out all the investors. No investors want to buy flips, right? Because they're already top dollar. First-time buyers love flips. Why? Because it's already all done. I don't advertise the price, or I try not to. Okay, I try to advertise the minimum down payment. Why is that? Because it looks much better. What sounds better? $250,000 home, $2,500 moves you in. Makes sense. $2,500 moves you in. Okay, real simple. Few pictures. You don't want to give them everything about the property. You just want them to get a general idea that, hey, this is a good-looking property in the area that I want. Let's call them. Let's make an offer, or whatever we got to do. Okay, you want your phone to ring. Okay, so keep it compliant. Okay, with your DRE number down at the bottom. And again, you're just going to want to create a few different ads. So I know this property is in Compton. This property, I believe, is in Norwalk, Pico, or Verwood, or somewhere around here. Okay, and I know what prices they are because the 1% down, right? $2,500 down. Do I use it? I probably haven't used it in years. I always gear them up to go standard FHA. Okay, again, you're just doing this to get the phone to ring. Anyone else here do that? Advertise 1% down, but still steer them to 3.5 down? I'm the only one, huh? Okay. That's what I try and do anyways, just so it makes it easier transaction, and they get a better rate anyways. Again, this is another property, same exact idea. Just a few pictures, keep it real simple.
Are you pulling those pictures off the MLS?
Pulling them directly off the MLS. Okay. I work with one investor, or actually a few of them, and I try to use their properties as best I can, just because I know typically with them, they'll have about 50 properties that aren't yet on the market, and the ones that are on the market are already sold. But I'll take them to go see the one that's done and say, okay, this is the one that I have that's going to be ready in the market in like 2 weeks. Do you want to make an offer? They'll accept it now. Yes? Okay, get an accepted offer before it even hits the market. So you got to have, your connections out there as well to try and do things like that. But typically, I don't do anything else unless it's a flip. Okay, if it's a standard sale, I might do it if it's like a really good looking property, but I want to stay focused around flips because they're ready to go turnkey properties. And it's just my taste. You guys can play with it however you want, but just know the price points that you put and the type of properties that you advertise are the buyers that you're going to get. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so again, it's all pretty much the exact same thing. That make sense? Any questions with ads? Okay, I use Photoshop to create my ads. Okay, most of you probably don't have that. Most of you might have like Publisher, or if you want, I would recommend you contacting your print agent, or your printer guy, whoever does all your flyers and your business cards, and have him create a few ads for you. It might cost you $100, but he'll get them done and he'll make them look good. Okay, and then you can show him this video afterwards of kind of how you want them to look like, and he can recreate something very similar to that. Okay. So on PhotoBucket, after you log into your account, these are two different slides. I'm trying to minimize it. So up on top, after you log in, it'll say upload. Okay, that makes sense? Everyone following? The next screen, this is what you're going to see. It's going to say drag and drop your photos, or you can browse for files. So I just always browse for files. That's how I'm used to doing it. The next screen you're going to come back to after it's done uploading, and you're going to click on View Library. Okay, and you can upload multiple photos at a time. Okay, or ads, I should say. However you want to do it. Everyone good so far?
So you save the ads as a PDF or as a JPEG?
JPEG. Any type of picture document.
Okay.
It could be a JPEG, what's the other one? GIF, a PNG. I'm sorry?
TIFF, yeah.
I don't know if it'll accept a TIFF file. I think TIFFs are kind of outdated. I like Photoshop. Every computer, I would say, likes JPEGs, GIFs, and PNGs. And PNG is just like more of a Mac thing. So, but either one of those three would be the #1 thing to do. Or JPEG's probably just the easiest. Okay, again, these are two different slides. So after you click on View Library, the one that's on the background, you're going to hover over that photo or that ad, and you're going to see a little pop-up, and it's going to have this little box on the right-hand side that says Share, Copy, Edit, Move, or Get Links. You're going to want to click on Get Links. Okay. Everyone following still? Okay. So after you click on Get Links, another pop-up is going to happen, and these are going to be the different links that you can get. Always, you're only going to use the HTML code. Only. You're not going to use any of the other ones. That make sense? Well, if not, I'll show you why. As soon as you click it, it's automatically going to copy that code to your clipboard. Okay, so you don't have to like get frustrated. It's automatically going to copy it for you. Hang on one second. I'm going to show you. Take a little break on that real quick. What I want you to do after you get that code is I want you to create a folder on your desktop, and you need to create a notepad or a Word document. Everyone knows how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've already done it here. This is what that code's going to look like. So it looks like a bunch of garbage, right? Mm-hmm. The only part you need to worry about is the part I've highlighted in red. Okay, that's the only part you're going to have to change. The only part. Everything else you will leave exactly the same. So the way that you'll be able to see it, it's always the first part. It's going to say href equals quotation mark. And just to let you know, this is telling the computer where to go if this picture is clicked on. Okay, I'll say that one more time. This is telling the computer where to go once the picture is clicked on. So what you're going to do here is you're going to put a link to your website. Or if you don't have a website, you're going to put a link to your Facebook account. Or whatever you have on the web, you need to have something. Getting people just to call you isn't enough. They're one click away from being off your ad and onto somebody else's. So what are you always advertising? Free home search on my website. I advertise that in every single one of my ads. That's the #1 thing people are doing. Okay? A lot of buyers know that ads on Craigslist may not be the most reliable because they're already sold. Same thing with Zillow and Trulia. Outdated information, right? It's at least 30 days old from our MLS. Okay? So they like using our stuff because it's directly linked into it. I use a company called Optima Express. I think I pay $50 a month to have the service, but it's linked directly into my MLS. It shows active, pending, backup offers, sold. It shows all the statuses, however many I want. Okay, and there's no limit to that. You can choose your own, but I would probably recommend them. They're probably the best thing out there right now on the market, and probably most cost effective. So again, this link. So you're going to ask me, how do you get your link? Let me see here.
What was that service, Optima?
Optima Express. And I think the website is called ihomefinder.com. This is the #1 thing. You want people to click on your ad, and yes, phone calls are nice, but typically buyers or sellers are not ready to call you. They're still just shopping. So you want to direct them to your website so you have 100% of their attention. Right? If somebody's in a store, you're going to sell them in your store, you're going to sell them something. If they're not in your store, they're going to walk away, or there's a higher chance that they can. Everyone follow? Mm-hmm. I don't want to lose anyone. Okay, so this is my website. The way you can get the link is I have a button here. Click here to start your home search. Right? Here's my home search page. Here's the link on the top of the page. You guys see that? Oh, I can't make it any bigger on that part. But on the very top, the URL, that's what you're going to copy. Everyone follow still? All right. back into your Word document. What I highlighted in red, what you're going to change, that first link to the link to your website. So now it's telling the computer, hey, this is the picture, this is where it's going to go after it's clicked on. Okay, so they're going to go directly to my home search profile page. Everyone following?
Is that ad going to be now on your website, or is it?
No, that ad's going to be on Craigslist. It's only telling the computer where to go if that ad is clicked on.
Well, once they open it up, they see that picture, the one that you created,
Mm-hmm.
and if they click on that picture, it goes to your website.
Yeah, so they're going to be directed from Craigslist to my website, and that's what you want. You want to direct that traffic over to you, right? I mean, you guys use Facebook?
Yes.
How many of you share links on Facebook back to your website? Or maybe Trulia. It's the same concept. You don't want them there. You want them on your page. You want their full attention. I'm sorry. You want to have their full attention. No matter where they click on my website, they're always going to be there. Okay? Everyone follow? Okay. And again, you're going to do this for every single ad that you make. So if you have 20 ads, you're going to do the same exact thing, and you're probably going to have the same exact link. And the reason I tell you to make this Word document and save it is because if you don't have a Craigslist account set up with hundreds of ads already in it, you have to copy and paste this code every single time. How many of you think it would be tedious to go from from PhotoBucket, put that code in there, go to your website, copy that link, go back, change it, and do it, 20 times a day? That would be very tedious. It's easier just to have a master template and just go through it real fast.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to save you guys all time. Okay, so we're good with that part. I can get back into the keynote. Okay, so after you're done with all those ads, you're ready to rock and roll on this thing. You're going to log into your account, and you're going to click on New Posting. Okay. New Posting is going to take you to another page. It's going to say Post New Ad In, and depending on your county, you have to be careful with this. If you're in LA County, great, you're going to leave it as LA County, but I think we have some Orange County people in here as well. So if you're Orange County, change it to Orange County. Okay? Otherwise, your ad's going to show up in the wrong place, and you're going to get frustrated. You don't get any calls. So make sure you're posting it in the right area. Or if you're from the Inland Empire, make sure you mark that. The next section is housing offered, because you're offering it for sale. Okay? You're not going to click on any other part for that. Everyone still following? Okay. Next section, these are 2 slides. So the top one would be the next page. You're going to put real estate by broker. Now I know you probably see hundreds of real estate agents posting in the for sale by owner. I think their idea of it is that they post in for sale by owner that they're going to get more calls because it's a deal, right? But when buyers go in there and look at it, they see a bunch of real estate agents. It doesn't make any sense. So I always post in the real estate by broker. I never change it. Okay. Some other agents I've seen, they post it in the housing for rent and they advertise the price of the down payment like I do. You can do it. The problem with this is, and I've done it in the past, is you get 1,000 junk leads because these people are looking to rent. They are not looking to buy, and they think that $2,500 is a mortgage or their small payment, or sometimes they put mortgage payments of what the property would cost monthly. Don't do it. You're just going to get a bunch of garbage leads. Okay? And again, if you want to, you can. I'm just letting you know the key ways I've done it. I'm only looking for the gems. I'm not looking for thousands of BS leads. I want 50 really good leads. Everyone agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. Next section. You get to pick the subcategory of where you want this ad to post in. So I don't post any ads in Orange County, so I don't know what this looks like, but I'm sure there's going to be a few different areas that you can mark. LA County is broken it down by West Side, South Bay, San Fernando Valley, Central LA, San Gabriel Valley, Long Beach, and Antelope Valley. Okay? I always post every single one of my ads in Long Beach. I do not spread them out. I only put them in Long Beach. And the reason I do that is if somebody clicks on one of these subcategories, I want to dominate that subcategory versus being spread thin. That make sense?
Yes.
Would you put... I mean, it's just like farming. You want to concentrate on one small area versus try and hit everyone in a general area. You want to try and concentrate as much as you can. And again, I don't know if people use this as a very viable way of looking on Craigslist. They probably look more for the actual city, but this is just in case that they do. You're going to show up in the right area. So pick the area that's nearest you. All right, here's the fun part. This is your template of where you're going to create your ad. So the items in the arrows in blue have highlighted. These are the things that you have to put in. The arrows in red are things you do not have to put in. Okay. The only reason I still put the items in red in is just because I run out of crafty headlines for my posting titles. So I use the price and the square footage to better create my ad. So I can put less on one part, more on the other. This is the only part on the posting title that you're going to get caught with these ads. And you're not going to get banned. Craigslist is just going to say you have a similar ad that looks like this. You need to edit it. So you're going to put beautiful 4-bedroom, 3-bath home for sale. Amazing home with 4 bedrooms and 3 baths for sale in Long Beach. You can repost that same ad multiple times. You're just going to be putting different headlines on it. That make sense? So price, I typically never put it just because you can stir away a lot of buyers like that. Do you put prices on your flyers? Probably not. You probably put call for price or negotiable or reduced. You put something other than the actual price of the property itself. Square footage can be good or it could be bad. If the house is too small, it's probably bad. If the house is large, it's probably really good. So, pay attention to what you're putting on there. Your posting title, again, you made it. So your posting title, again, you got to be crafty and be creative. Think in the mindset of a buyer. What is their reason why of why they're buying a home? Think in that mindset. Most first-time buyers, they want to buy a beautiful home in a great location that's fully remodeled. Most buyers, I would say that first-time buyers want that property. They don't want a property where they have to put in $10, $15, $20, $30,000 worth of work as soon as they move in. They want to just, like a brand new car, turn the key and go. Specific location, I should have put this one in blue, but you don't have to put it in. This is not required by Craigslist, but I would make it required by my rules. If they're searching for a property in a specific area, you want to be able to get shown up. So if you have an ad or you have a property in Santa Fe Springs, you're going to put Santa Fe Springs. If it's in Pico Rivera, you're going to put Pico Rivera. Okay, you always want to put that in there. I put this for every single one of my ads. It never changes. Okay, you always want to have that geographic location. Make sense? No questions yet? Right. So in the posting description, what you're going to put here is that nasty code that we changed. Want to go back to it? Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
So if you're using the same word for ads for the week to repost it 200 times, are you using the same location?
Yep.
So it's
The only thing that Craigslist catches is that posting title. So, and believe me, you'll see my Craigslist account. I probably have thousands of ads in there.
So same city at the same time.
Same city, same ads. The only thing that changes is that headline. And I mean, you'll get really creative. You'll come up with some real long titles. You'll create with some short ones. You can add symbols into your titles. Another thing that I've look at is you got to pay attention. When you start doing this, you want to look at and see what everyone's posting, and I'll show you why. When you log on to Craigslist and you see everyone's title, what do you need to do?
Different.
You need to be different. So if everyone has symbols and they're all caps, you don't want to do that because you're going to blend in, right? But if you put lowercase and no symbols, your ad's going to stand out like a sore thumb. So you want to look different. You have to look different. And Craigslist, I would say you put an ad up, in less than an hour, it's going to be on the bottom of the list, or at least not on the first page anymore. So you're going to be constantly revolving through these things. And once you get it all set up and done, you'll be able to repost these. Okay, so you won't have to keep doing all that stuff. But again, you always want to try and be different as much as you can just doing it. So the posting description, you're going to go back to your Word document, and you would copy that code. Okay. If you want to know short codes, Control A is copy all, Control A is select all, Control C is copy all, and Control V is paste. Okay, just so you don't have to go back and forth. Then you're going to put that in the posting description. You're not going to put anything else. Okay, when we go to the next screen, it's going to show you a picture of your ad on Craigslist. Okay, it's not going to be that code. It's going to be your bright, beautiful advertisement. Now down on the bottom, you can put show on maps. I don't select that option because I'm not putting the address. Why aren't we putting the address?
call.
You want them to call you, not drive by the property and say, oh, I don't like the area, or whatever the case may be. Again, you're doing this to get phone calls. The next slide, it's going to ask you if you want to upload an image. Do not upload your images here, because this is just Craigslist image. You can't link this to anything. It's not going to be beneficial for you. So you just click done with images. You're not going to do any. And again, this is the end result of what your ad's going to look like. So here's my ad, great home for sale in Santa Fe Springs, moving condition. Again, it says Santa Fe Springs, so I'm keying in on the Santa Fe Springs as my keyword. Excuse me. You always want to click on your ad before you click publish. You just want to verify that when you click it, it's going to go to the right page. Okay? Because if there's an issue, then you can click back and you can change it. Okay? That makes sense? So again, always double check your work before you automatically publish it, because that's the worst thing. You can say, go to my website and start searching for properties, and they keep clicking and they get frustrated and they can't do it. They're going to get pissed off and they're going to say, I don't want to work with this guy anymore. So always check that out first. And then after you click on publish, it'll give you that little thank you note that you've posted your ad. Another couple of other things can happen. If you're brand new to posting on Craigslist, it may ask you to verify by telephone. Okay, it's gonna send you a text message, or it can call you. Okay, and you're gonna enter in that verification code. Also, if you haven't been posting for a while, it's gonna ask you to re-verify your account. So it's gonna send you a code to your email to click on it to verify your email address is current, and it'll post the ad again. Okay, so those are some of the things that you might encounter. It's normal. Don't think that you're doing something wrong. It's fine. The only thing that can happen, that again, if you have duplicate titles on these ads, it'll say you have a duplicate ad or a similar ad. You need to change something on it. So all you're going to do is change the title. Okay. Yes.
So when you're checking and you're clicking on your ad before you push publish, is it going to open up a new browser?
Yes. Yes. The code that I have, it's automatically pre-written. And if you want, I'll show you what it looks like, just in case your code doesn't have it. On the code, it's going to say A space href equals quotation mark, and then you're going to put in your link. Quotation mark, space, target equals blank, this part right here. That part right there is telling the browser open it up in a new screen. Okay, so you can just click X, and that's the best practice to do it, is to open it up in a new browser. Okay, that's how I've always done it. People get mad when you have to like click back 5 times to get to something versus just Xing out. They may not like that ad, or they may not like you right now, but they're going to keep shopping. And if it was a nicer experience with you, I mean, it doesn't seem like it would be, but if it was, they're going to come back to you again. It always works out that way. So good with the posting on Craigslist? All right. Don't worry, we're not done yet. So how many of you would like to pretty much repost this stuff while you're following up on a phone call with a short sale or doing BS? You don't have time. You have 10-15 minutes to spare. This is the easiest thing. Once you get your account going and you have literally hundreds of ads in there, what you're going to be able to do is just repost these. You can actually even get an app for your phone that will allow you to repost these. You can be anywhere and repost these ads. You don't have to keep doing that same process. You just go in, repost, and that's back on Craigslist. So there's 2 different options. You can see the green; those ads are still active. So what that means is after 3 days, you can repost your ad to the top of the list on Craigslist. You can renew it. Okay. If you wait 7 days, the ad's going to expire. It's not going to be shown on Craigslist anymore. Okay. So again, you're going to have good days and bad days. So you're going to have stuff that completely expires. That's what you'll have to repost it. It's the same step for both of them that you did when you posted an ad, except that all the work's already going to be there. Okay, your title, price, bed, your code, all of it's already going to be there. You're just going to click continue, 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 done. On to the next one. What I recommend all of you doing to speed up the process is on your titles. Okay, you can see where it's on the top one it says perfect starter home, don't miss your chance. Right click about 4 of them and open them in a new tab. Okay, you can usually do about 4 at a time in about a minute without Craigslist saying you're posting too rapidly. Okay, that makes sense? That's just my no? And nobody knows. Okay, if you click, I'll show you. Where's my Craigslist at? Alright, so this is my Craigslist. So you can see I have Tons of ads in there. So this is typically what I do. I need to change this ad. I have some old ones in here. See what I'm doing? Because if I just click on repost, it's going to open in the same window, and I'm going to have to go through it, back to my account, back through the whole process. I like staying in right here in my account, basically my control manager, and now I can come over, click on repost this posting. And now this is a really old ad, so getting this home. What's the next holiday? Is it Labor Day? Memorial Day. Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah.
Getting this home before.
Mother's Day.
That's probably a better one. Mother's Day. Hey, what do they say? It's 85% of the women control the buying, right? So hey, you gotta play to your market. So moving this home before Mother's Day. So you change the title if it's outdated like that. And again, if you're playing to people's needs, you're gonna get a better response. So if a woman was looking at this, I probably just hit home with her because she's like, hey, he cares about mothers. I'm gonna talk to this guy. It's just another thing. So again, after you're done changing it, click on continue. Oh, hold on, one quick second. Okay, I just verified that my link's still good. So again, click on continue. Done with images. I'm not going to put any in there. Here's my ad. So if I click on it, boom, opens up in my home search page.
To the tab where you.
Yes, you never want to direct people to your home page. That is the worst thing you can do with internet marketing.
Like, why am I here?
Yeah, it's like your navigation taking you to the exact wrong address. You're going to get pissed off. You want to take them directly there. Yes.
Now, if these houses are selling or pending, are you changing them at all?
I do. If after they're closed, then I'll change my ads. If I don't care if they're on backup for a year, it's still going to be my ad because it's still available. If it's pending for 6 months, it ain't closed escrow yet, so I'm still going to advertise it. I keep using them until they're all done. Okay, so again, it takes them right to the property search for my website. So, okay, the ad's functioning properly. My title looks good. I'm ready to go. So I'm going to click on publish. And I'm all done. My ad's now been reposted. Hang on one quick second. My laptop's going to die. Don't want that to happen.
So did you repost those four?
No, just the one. I'll get back to it.
And now he's gonna go to the next
Okay.
Alright, so what do I do? Why do I like doing that? Because now after I'm done, I can click on X, and I'm going right to my next ad. Okay? And again, once you're done with all of them, now you can hop back to your account, open up 4 more tabs, and cycle through it again. Okay, this is very easy to do, and I even have the app on my phone. That's how much I try to use it. I'm sorry. I think I paid $3 for it because there's a few out there, but you want to get one that actually works the right way. So you want to make sure that it has full access to your account. So if you want, I'll give you the app that I use for the iPhone.
Android?
It's probably the same app. Yeah, you know what? I just resynced my phone, so it might not even be on here. Oh, here it is. It's called Craigslist Pro, and what I can do is I'll sync it up to my computer and show you what it looks like as well. But it should be Craigslist Pro. It'll look. I'll show you in a few minutes what the app looks like on my home screen. But it should be like basically a peace sign with the black border background in it. So everyone good with reposting, or should I go through it one more time?
How often do you have to do that? You said every hour, ideally?
Well, I try to do this. I don't try to make time for Craigslist. Or sometimes I do maybe for an hour I try to block off and try and do it. But realistically, when I'm following up on stuff or waiting for a phone call, I just do this as I can fit in 2 minutes, because that's all it takes to do 4 of these ads. Maybe take you 1 minute, literally 1 minute. So it doesn't take a bunch of your time, and I can't put 100 ads in 1 hour. Craigslist won't allow me to do it. It'll keep stopping me. It's basically like on a timer of how much you can post, per minute, per hour. And
You said it's 4 minutes? Or what did you say?
I would say it's about 3 or 4 minutes. Yeah. If you do it too fast, because I'm like dialed in, the fourth one it might tell you to wait, but if you wait like another 30 seconds, it'll allow you to put it back up. You're coming for the class?
Yes.
Yeah, come on in.
Well, late, but we can come in.
Yeah.
Is there a time of day that you prefer to do it, or just at any point in time?
I try honestly the best times to post for anything on the internet in general have always been for me Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's always been probably between 6 to 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why it's like that. It's just always been those are the best days, and it's not because I've looked at it on the web. It's that those are my stats on my website. I see those are my peak days going from 50 visitors to 150 visitors on those peak days, or whatever the case may be. So that's just how I've tracked it. It might be different for your market. So that's another class with tracking and all that. But if you have a website, you should have some analytics on there where you can check in day by day and see how many ads I posted, what my performance was, what were the key times, the key days, and then you can really lay it hard on those days. But Craigslist works really good in general overall. I want to say Craigslist is the number 8 or number 9 website worldwide with the number of hits. And you can go to alexa.com and you can check out that for yourself. But I want to say they get a crazy amount of like 11 million hits per day or something like that.
Have you posted in any other of these sites like Backpage?
I did. Don't.
No, nothing?
It's never really worked for me. I've gotten a few leads off of it, but not like Craigslist. And I know a lot of people say Craigslist is too saturated. If you saturate it with the right content, you'll get the leads. And it's seasonal, right? You're going to have 1,000 agents at one time posting every single ad, and it's going to seem dry. Wait until they get busy and they stop posting because they're following up with their clients. Yes?
What did you say you post? I believe I missed it. Did you say you posted for sale or?
Real estate by broker.
Okay.
I only post real estate by broker. I don't put it in the for sale by owner. A lot of agents do it. I just don't do it. I don't think it's
You tried it?
I have. To me, it's expectation. If somebody's thinking they're going to work with a for sale by owner client, they're in that mindset they're working with a for sale by owner, not an agent, right? And same thing with if you put your ad in the rental section, advertise the payment, you're going to get a ton of phone calls, but people are in the mindset of renting. They're not in the mindset of buying. And yeah, you might be able to convert them, but more than likely, people that are in the mindset of buying don't have any money down. They probably don't have the best credit. They're just not there, right? And especially with the market crash, people looking places to rent probably just lost their home or short sold it. So they can't buy anyway, so why waste your time? Believe me, renting is probably the easiest area to get a ton of phone calls, but they're all garbage. Again, the whole purpose of this is just to get the gems. Do you want to work with 1,000 people or 10 really, really good ones? I want to work with 10 really good ones because after I'm done with those 10, I can do it another 10. Cycling through thousands of them, it's just a waste of time. So it's just dialing in your market of what you want to penetrate.
How often do you find yourself replenishing your ads and creating new ones a week?
I probably redo my ads maybe every 60 to 90 days. It's not very often. I mean, typically what's the average turnaround time on a sale right now? Like 75 days or something like that. So even if it's a standard sale, most properties aren't selling. There's always a delay. There's always something. And, I check on them, but it's usually about every 60 to 90 days, probably closer to the 90 days for most properties.
Do you think it'd be easier to get like just a Photoshop or to have someone just make the ads?
I make my own ads, and for me it's easy because I have Photoshop. I have my template. So all I do is change the photos, and my ad's done. But for you, I'd recommend if you wanted to get Photoshop, you can. It's kind of pricey, and it's a little bit difficult to use. So you might have to take a class on it. That's why I would just recommend having your guy that does your flyers. I mean, I could talk to my guy if you want to talk to him. I'm sure he could whip a couple of these up for you pretty cheap. I just don't want. I would say I would do it, but I just don't have time to do it. So if you want, I'll send him the template, and you guys can pay him to recreate the ads. And realistically, you only need about 5 or 6 different ads.
If you just do it on Publisher, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You have the template there. All you need to do is just change your pictures. All you do is just right-click, change picture, and that's it. And
on that?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you just, when you're done with it, you just click save as, and you save it as a JPEG or whatever you want to do it. You could even save it as a PDF as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Again, but only for Craigslist, only JPEG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only for
I know a lot of people try to use Microsoft Word. I've never used it. And the only thing you can do is if you know how to take a screenshot of it, you can make the ad in Word, take a screenshot, put that screenshot in Paint, and then you could crop it. And realistically, you want to have a really polished ad, and it's worth your time to spend $50 or $100 to get a bunch of these made. And then, what's $100 for 90 days? To pass out 1,000 flyers a day or a week would cost you $1,000 for 90 days.
Do that one option or do
The publisher.
Publisher.
Still put that in
There's
Photoshop?
other programs. I mean, Publisher and Photoshop, those are probably going to be your best two. And Publisher, I think more agents have that, or brokers at offices have that. I just use Photoshop. That's how that's how I've always been.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You said you keep your that same listing 60 to 90 days.
Uh-huh.
Okay. On Craigslist, don't you go down to the bottom of the list? Maybe you
Yes,
missed something in the.
You did. What we're doing is after you put that ad up, between 3 to 7 days, I would just say after 3 days you can repost that same posting. So I'll go through it again. So this is.
Reposting, that's okay. We know how.
You know how. Okay, so yeah, so that's all I'm doing. Realistically, my account right here, all these ads, they're the same, I think, 5 ads that I have, so I probably have the same ad posted 5 to 10 times in one day. That's just how it goes.
Oh, in one day?
In one day. Yeah, the way that this works is you're not going to have to recreate hundreds of ads. You're just going to work on 5 or 6, or even less if you want to work on less, and you're just going to post the same ad over and over and over.
You don't have to make changes on
Nope.
that?
The only change that you'll have to do, and you missed this part, was the title. You're only going to have to change this title. So on this, it's Perfect Home, Perfect Home, and just before the holidays. Buy this home just before the holidays. Completely different ad to Craigslist. Okay.
That's 50. That's true.
Oh, sorry. You're going to walk out all the way through the front door. It's in the little corridor.
And you're gonna need
You want to show her?
I'll just wait.
Okay.
It's not far. It's
No.
okay. All right. So good with that part? So we're good with posting on Craigslist. That's pretty good. We got a full house today. I'm excited. Have to take a picture of that. How many of you are really good on the phone when buyers call in? Every single time you get them to say, I'm coming in for an appointment. Be honest. It's good to be honest because when you're honest, you can improve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print this second page. How many of you are in here? Basically about, what is that, 20? Just print 30 just to be on the safe side. Okay. So this is a script that I use. I get 99% of the people, they say they're coming in for an appointment. Do they all show up? Of course not. But at least they're saying yes to when I say, do you want to come in? Are you coming in for an appointment? It's a yes, not no. All right, that's the biggest hurdle I think most of us have. So let me get these real fast, and then I'll get them. And then, well, if you want, we're gonna break off into groups of 2, right? So all of you can start practicing together with these scripts. If you already have a script, use it for yourself then. All right, but I think all of us, if we leave here and we don't practice, you're not going to put it into action. So if we practice in here, when we go out and start doing this stuff, we'll at least have our feet wet a little bit, but we're not going to stumble, right? When you're on a script, what's the main thing? You're in control of the conversation, not them. Even if they ask you a question, you flip the question back on them and you put them back into your script. Everyone knows how to do that? Just a few of us? All right, scripts are the #1 thing you have to learn. That was taught to me early on. I hated cold calling, and I became so good at it. Now that's probably one of my best things I like to do versus if I could cold call or door knock, I'm going to cold call. I love cold calling now. Are those done yet?
That's called calling on your leads, so they're not really that cold.
It's still, I mean, it's still cold. I mean, they might be calling on one of my leads, so it might be a little bit warmer, but it's still the same concept. It's a script. I'm trying to bring them in for an appointment. And if you want, I have to use the restroom too. I drink too much water. I'll take you with me, if your husband doesn't mind.
Well, I never take you out.
Oh, right there, in there.
So you guys practice this for like 10 minutes. Pair up for like, or let's do this. Practice for like 5 minutes with somebody you're comfortable with. Then when I come back, we're going to shift, and we're going to practice with somebody you're very uncomfortable with, somebody you do not know, so that you're real honest. And don't try to go off the script. Try and just use this for now. It has both the buyer, it has both the agent. Stay on it. Try to use it as to the T. And then once you get comfortable with it, what are you going to do? You're going to make some of your own tweaks to it. Okay? You have to make this script your own. But use this for now just as a good guide to get you going. Right? So.
The buyer or the agent?
Buyer.
The buyer.
I'm talking about
Hi,
a
I'm
property you got for sale in the city of Long Beach. Can you give me some more information about this property?
Yes, the property is still available. Let me ask you, are you a first-time buyer?
Yes.
Great. There are many options you have available to purchase. Property is still available. And they ask you, are you a first-time buyer?
No.
Great. Well, what I can do for you is, if you are a first-time buyer, if you met with a first-time buyer, what I can do for you about you are a first-time buyer. What I will do is go through all of your income statements that I can qualify for insurance. The monthly payment, show how much you can buy for that free. All different loan programs that are available for you. So down payment assistance, conventional buying. I will also run a free copy of your credit report showing that I can get you that cost. Does this sound good to you?
Yes.
Perfect. When is a good time for you to come into my office?
Alright, so again,
Does this sound
Does that
good?
sound good to you?
yes.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm calling about the property you have for sale in the city of Long Beach. Can you give me some more information about this property?
Yes, the property is still available. Let me ask you, are you a first-time buyer?
Yes.
Great. There are many options you have available to purchase this home. Have you met with anyone to get go over those options?
No, he said to.
No.
Well, what I can do for you, since you are a first-time buyer, is do a first-time buyer consultation, which is absolutely free. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes. What I will do is look at all your income, show you exactly what you qualify for in terms of the monthly payment, show how much a home you can buy with that payment, cover all different loan programs that are available for you, from your down payment, assistance to conventional buying, and I will also run a free copy of your credit reports when we are done. So you can give you that copy. Does this sound good to you?
Yeah.
To other people.
Perfect. When's a good time for you to come into my office?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Great. I have mornings, afternoons, evenings. That's for you.
How much of a home?
Right,
That's all right, let's get some of this.
How much of a home?
I guess I'm already improving it.
Alright,
Hi, I'm calling about the property you have for sale in the city of Long Beach. Can you give me some more information about this property?
yes, the property is still available. Let me ask you, are you able to find out?
Yes.
Well, it's
Great, there are many options you have available. Well, I can do, I'm gonna be doing more classified, first time buyer guide, I've done all this stuff. Home buyer application, which is absolutely free, it takes about 50 to 20 minutes. What I will do is go through all of your.
Yes, just drag and drop plugins, and it's all searchable. So people do 1,000 searches for
Show how
home.
much
Now
you
you have
can
1,000 dollars.
with that one.
There's a certain property that has 1,000 homes, so you have 1,000 homes per property on the website. So when you start to happen, your website will rank higher.
Yes.
Will be really popular because you have that.
And we are done.
It's like $100 to set it up.
Perfect, when is a good time for
Yes, do you want your own?
Great.
I would
would not recommend any of those pre-builds to this website.
The only
You want to push this. If you do the same as everyone else,
putting a
it may not be in your area, your market might be on the website, but in general, same information.
Consultation.
Google will give you you try to have your own creative content. I'll
it's just not so.
I mean, I have thousands, not thousands, I probably have like 200 different
I think you're right up to the offer on that
I try to
property.
create things that happen by them.
Oh, you
You know,
can
more
determine
price
whether
size,
everything.
everything. I talk about it.
Like you want to buy a home?
We should be
that's
looking
great.
at these types of properties and then kind of go from there.
Probably can't afford
I think that's what it really is. Jonathan,
Yes, sir.
so when they call on this property, you know, typically it might already be gone.
Yeah.
So, do you still submit an offer on that property?
By the time they come in, they've already forgotten. Never one time have I ever had a client come in for a property I put on Craigslist and they wanted to buy that one.
You know what? You're absolutely right, though. I've had that happen to me too, which is weird. Like,
And
people are like,
every
oh, you
single
have
one.
this house here. Yeah, you want to see? Yeah. You know, and they're like, oh, what do you mean? And then we start talking about, well, you know, that's a nice house, but I was really thinking about over here.
Well, the thing that I bring in is, you know, if they want to see that one, hey, I got these other 10 I could show you at the same time. Would you like to see 1 or 10? Oh, I want to see 10.
Yeah.
Boom, run a new search.
Yeah. You want to see 1 or do you want to see 5? Yeah. I won't go show them 10.
You want to see 10 in 2 days or 1 in 1 day?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Okay, yeah.
it's
It's a way of getting them, and then you kind of know,
it's just a teaser.
and then you kind of know who's serious, because anyone who's not willing to drive to your office, they're just like window shopping.
Yeah.
All they're
That's
doing
why
is
they got to come in. And realistically now, I just send them to the lender. I try not to meet with them too much unless they feel comfortable emailing me everything.
What do you do with the ones that say they already have their lender, they're pre-qualified, but they refuse to give you a copy?
I have a script for that too.
They refuse to give you a copy of their pre-approval,
I can't work with you.
Yeah,
I can't work with you.
Yeah.
I only work with
I've
pre-qualified
had
buyers
people
that can verify that they are qualified. I'll work with your lender, but you need to prove to me that you are. If you can't prove it to me, then I'm sorry, but I'm not the agent.
I asked them the same thing. Can you bring me a copy of it?
I have one that was referred to me, and we already spoke. We did meet at my office, but she said she's already pre-approved with Bank of America. But the lender, the loan officer, is insisting that he will only provide a copy once we have a property.
That's stupid. You need it before you even submit an offer.
And then I asked her for his contact, she won't give it to me, so.
I'll probably stop working with her.
Yeah, that's what I've pretty much done.
Yeah, I mean, this is just me, like, not a whole lot of years, but like years
Well,
of
she was
experience.
referred to me about a year ago, and she still hasn't purchased.
She's not gonna buy it.
Another person referred her to me now, and she's still not following my
Not
advice.
ready to buy it.
Well, that's supposed
Big ass thing.
Right.
I mean, the way I've kind of done this is
How do you do it so you don't look bad because the people that referred you to her are kind of like you serve influence to me to help them in the future with real estate
Or you
transactions.
just tell her that she's just not ready.
yeah, she's not ready.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no. A lot of people take being honest or being truthful as like, bad criticism.
Yeah.
If they take it that way, then so be it. I mean, realistically, if you can master this, you'll do 2 sales a month off this thing. Just if you can do this.
You don't need to deal with people that don't want to cooperate with you.
I don't. You only want to work with the gems. You don't need to spin your wheels for somebody that might buy. You need to spin your wheels for somebody that's going to buy.
Yeah.
Like, do you work with a client if you've taken them out 3 times and they haven't made one offer? Or do you say, you know what, I'm sorry, but this isn't working out. You're gonna let me direct you to another agent that might be better to assist you. I don't have time for that. If they're not ready to write offers, they're not ready to buy. I don't have time to waste. Neither do you. Nobody here does.
Yeah.
Or here does.
But you know what?
I tell
I
them.
think the ones that kind of like that. You just have to build good rapport, and you gotta tell them you're just not. I tell them you're just not ready right now. We can start again in 3 months. Why don't we talk in 3 months? And just like that. And I've had one of the same thing. It took me a year to put her into escrow on Eloy's property. But the thing about her is that when we started looking, she was buying 280 because that was the price. Later on, she saw that everything I was telling her and everything I was doing, I was like dead on. And I'm like, the fact that you wouldn't follow instructions just cost you a little bit over $25,000. If you, because she was like, she's one of those that know it all.
Right over.
I know it all. Yeah, I know it all. I know everything. I read a book. My cousin did it. My cousin's really smart. What does he do for this? Oh, well, he's an engineer. So he doesn't know. Okay, well,
I'm the professional. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
We're in the process.
You go to a doctor and say, "Oh, I want a second opinion," you know, because you have cancer, or
Yeah. It's one of those things, but it was weird. But at the end, I think that they do kind of see like, oh,
It's not like a house you
either they're gonna give in or they're not. But you have to be willing to like. Tell them,
a lot of it too is in the beginning. When I meet with buyers in the beginning, I lay down the rules up front. We're going to be looking at a lot of property. We're going to be writing a lot of offers. We're going to be going at least $15,000 over asking or more, and that's just the way it is. If the home is a 7 out of 10 of what you like, you're writing an offer. What does that mean? If it's the bedroom and bath count and area, that's a perfect home for you, as long as it's a decent condition. Yeah, we're writing it out.
Do you put them under contract with buyer broker agreement?
I don't. I started doing scares them. I feel confident with my buyers.
Yeah, I do it after I showed it to him a couple of times. I work with you for like 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you tell me I want to work with you, and if you want to work with me, this is our agreement that we want to work
I
with.
just had one yesterday. He agreed to work with me. The cash buyer up to $375. I didn't do it in writing. I said we won't do it in writing. We'll just shake on it. He just got done working with another agent. Been working for about a year. It didn't work out.
Yeah, I don't, but I'm confident when I mean I just know the market where I'm.
I do it for the commission because I add the 0.5 in it.
Oh, so you do it to make more money.
I do it to make more money.
Greedy, huh?
Well, it's because they pay 2.5.
3% isn't enough?
Yeah.
But if you the buyer broker agreement, listen, you still show it?
Yeah.
You don't even show it.
Because in that buyer broker agreement, it says if there's a difference in commission,
if they have a listing for 1%, they don't want to sell their property.
I have one like that in my area.
Right? If it's less than 2%, I won't show it.
yeah, I make the buyer pay the difference.
Sorry.
They're only paying 2.5.
That's just the way I am.
And you tell them why, and I'm very honest. I tell them the reason why we're doing this, and I tell them straight out, the reason we're doing this is because there's such a reduced inventory that I don't want to not show you properties because of commission. I want to show you everything that's out there. So for 0.5%, I won't have to worry about my living to make sure you get what you want. Does that sound fair?
I just don't. Honestly, if they're less than 2%, I won't show it. I do not.
There you go. That's why I do it.
You do or you don't?
I don't. I won't.
Yeah.
I won't.
No,
If the agent, if one of my buyers brings it to me,
No 2%.
oh, this is what I tell him. Oh, well, look, the seller only wants to pay me a 1% commission. Do you really think he's serious about selling? No, he's
I
not.
don't show them.
That's what I say. If they bring it to me, that's what I
But see,
tell them.
but sometimes depending on how good that deal
They
is,
say though, I'm sorry. They say, okay, don't show it.
Yeah, they say, okay, yeah, he's not. They honestly, it's all when you meet with clients, you really got to make them work the way you want to work.
yeah.
So when I meet with them, I'm really blunt and straightforward, and I tell them like, how it is. There's no sugarcoating.
Right.
I'm very strict with my buyers.
It always makes up for the
Then
difference.
in that case, you have them
It's
follow you.
Yeah, they follow me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm in control of the transaction 100% of the
It's not
time.
just
They're not telling me what to do. I'm telling them what to do. You know, we look at a house and it looks good. I say, oh, the first thing I say, this house looks really good. I can't wait to write an offer on it for you. That's the first thing I say. So it's in their head, hey, this house looks really good. I'm writing an offer. So when we go back to the office, I'm writing 5 offers out of 6 properties. Versus get back to the office, okay, which ones do you want to write up?
Yeah.
That does not work. You need to have it in their mind. They are writing 4, 5, 6 offers every time.
Do you have any clients that want you to preview before you show it because they're disappointed?
Tell them that's a waste of time. Waste of time.
Yeah.
You want to preview it? Look at it on Google Maps.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't have time to waste neither do they.
As far as the interior.
If it was like a $4 million deal, I might go preview it. But
Yeah.
standard homes, they're all the same. Same layout,
Yeah.
same
I'll
bedroom
do
and
it after
bath.
450.
Yeah, well, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At 450,
maybe.
I'll go.
But
Right,
realistically,
same layout, they're all pretty much the same. So
Yeah. I mean, even Cerritos, you go look at the homes, they're all the same.
Yeah.
600,000, it's same building, same cookie cutter.
Yeah, cookie cutter, yeah.
So, I mean, if it's like, you know, in Fullerton and they're all custom built homes.
how do you put yourself in competition with so many offers that go through? And you
Honestly,
go
every
back?
single offer I write is at least 15,000 over asking. I don't hardly ever ask for closing costs unless I know I can get it accepted that way.
But what about appraisal? You go
You gotta have
higher
a
and
got-
appraisals are not, catching
Well, I
up
look at
yet.
comparables. I write an offer where I know it's going to appraise at. So even if it's top of the market, I got to be comfortable with it. But my lender I know can help me out with that a little bit as well. But I'm not if all the comparables are 400,000. I'm not writing an offer for 420. I'm writing an offer for 400,000 because what do? They overlisted the property.
Yeah.
So 90% of the buyers are gone. So it's only that top 10% that are even looking at it. Yeah, every property I still look at comparables. I'm not writing any junk offers. I'm real precise with it.
What about down payment? Are you thinking you
3.5 down.
increase it?
3.5 down. I sell FHA. If clients come to me with wanting to do down payment assistance, I try to make them go standard FHA because they are going to get a better rate. If they go to DAP, they have to pay back the money anyways. And I just tell them, look, we'll just put the money down. We're going to ask for $5,000 from the seller for closing costs, and we're going to get the rest on a rebate from the lender. I try to structure the offer the best way. And the other thing I do is I put 21-day close on all my offers.
Oh, that's the strength of the offer. One of them I lost because this other one put 2 weeks. And I said, I could have done 2 weeks. He's a doctor. He can close like in 1 week. But, well, you didn't. You put 30 days. I said, yeah.
That's
What
what I
about
do.
deposit? I'm sorry.
5,000.
Getting your FHA offers accepted? That's great.
Most of the buyers I work with right now, in between 2 to 3 weeks, I get an offer accepted, if not sooner than that.
I mean, FHA is just so hard to get when there's so many other offers.
Might depend on your area, but at the end of the day, most sellers, what do they want? Top dollar. Who's going to pay it? FHA buyers. That's just how it goes. Conventional buyers, they're a little bit more restrictive on paying more for the property versus FHA first-time buyers. Hey, we got to pay you an extra $15,000 to get it. Let's do it.
So how do you present it in person, or do you?
I still do email. I try to smooth them on the phone.
Yeah.
I talk to all of them on the phone, and I really, I try to
You
be
sell
blunt
them.
with them. Yeah.
You sell them.
I got this really good offer. What do we need to do to get this thing accepted? We can close it in 21 days. I'm going to put it on the contract. It's not BS. You can talk to my lender. We'll get this thing done. Where do I need to come in at?
Yeah.
And that's how the last one I did, I sold in Downey. I came in at list price and he gave me $5,000 for closing, FHA.
Oh, yeah.
I just talked to him on the phone. That's how I do it. I don't believe in just sending an offer and hoping it sticks. You gotta make a personal impression on these people. I get offers all the time. Email to me.
No one ever calls you. Yeah, me too.
They call me. Is it still available? Does it say active on the MLS?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Okay. Or it says backup offers. Can I still submit a backup offer? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it went pending yesterday. I'm sorry. You know what? I hate those are the phone calls I get most of the time. I never get a phone call an agent saying, "Hey, I got a really qualified buyer. This is what the scenario is. This is what we need to do. Where do I need to come in at to get this thing accepted?" Most agents are too afraid to be that blunt, and that's realistically what it takes.
Yeah.
Everyone agree with that?
Yep.
Is that being too tough?
Nope.
Everyone's like, Jonathan's he's too tough. I don't want
Who's
to.
the lender that can close consistently 21 days FHA?
I have two. I have two lenders that can close it consistently in 21 days or less. Okay, 21 days or less, everyone has to agree with this. Escrow and prelim needs to be there as soon as the offer is accepted, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what I tell the listing agent. You need to get your escrow company on the ball, and you need to have that prelim ready to go. If you wait 2 or 3 days, my lender's going to be behind 3 or 4 days now, right? You need to have that stuff ready. You want to close quick, I can make it happen, but you got to be ready to go. So it's all communication, And realistically, with a buyer, after I get them in escrow and I hand them off to the lender, I typically do not work with them that much anymore. The lender's going to do their job. So you need to have a good team. That's why I try to get my escrow to do everything all the time. I know we have another awesome escrow company in here. But you really need to set up a good team. And this is probably off topic, but you guys really need to have an excellent loan officer that can close deals, right? That's ready to do things for you, jump through hoops, and you need to have an excellent escrow officer. Those are your two main things on every transaction that's going to hold it up. Escrow and the loan officer. Title really isn't too much of an issue except for getting you the prelim. Unless there's, a cloud on title or something like that. But usually it's escrow on the loan that's going to hold it up. So how did you guys feel with the script?
It's good.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple? Yes?
I think it's a little wordy, especially
Yeah.
where you start to go into conventional home buying. You're going to get questions. And
Okay.
questions, I think.
Again, you can always chop it up a little bit. Always can chop it up a little bit. But when I say it, I talk fast, so it comes out real quick for me.
I just think it could be a little overwhelming for some.
Chop it up yourself. Again, this is the script that I use for all my calls coming in, whether it's a flyer or anything. Even if it's a seller, it's pretty much the same thing, except I'm saying, hey, I'm going to go to your house for this appointment. It's going to take about 15 or 20 minutes, and I'll let you know exactly what your home is worth.
Other than that, it's great.
You got to keep it simple, right to the point. My rule of thumb for a phone call is you got to be on the phone for less than 3 minutes. If you're on a phone call for more than 3 minutes, you're dead. That person is not meeting you for an appointment. You are feeding them information.
So you comply with DRE if you say that it's available while it's pending in MLS?
Isn't it still available?
But it's pending, they're not really accepting.
It's not sold. It's not sold. It's not sold.
Does that
Usually
communicate?
fall out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
I think like 25% of the deals are falling out of escrow right now, right?
Yeah.
So
Submitted like those a bunch of offers, and out of the agents who were like, oh no, like you're saying nobody wants to accept it. I got 5 phone calls back. Hey, are they still interested? We just opened escrow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You know.
So that I advertise it till it's closed.
Yeah.
You know,
And what if they said that they're not first-time home buyers, they already own properties? And
that's fine too.
That's great. Are you thinking about selling your home?
Great. Yeah, exactly.
so you modify your script right at that point.
Yep.
Do you want to sell first, or do you?
You will refi.
Do you want to
You
do
know.
it both at the same time?
Yeah.
Let's
Do you
go.
want to close concurrently?
But a lot of my buyers right now is better. Even the ones I'm getting off Craigslist own property and they have 20% down. That's what I'm getting off Craigslist right now.
And when they say yes to the
I know.
appointment, you set it up with your loan officer versus you.
Yes. Honestly, I used to qualify them with the calculator, but there's so much BS with the credit report and forget it. My job is not to qualify you. That's the loan officer's job. That's why I said you got to have a good team. I send them to the loan officer. As soon as they're done with the appointment, they send me everything. I have cards with my loan officer. If I can, I try to make it just to say hi and meet and greet them so they know who I am. But realistically, I don't need to. They're going to feel comfortable with my lenders because I trust them. They're going to make sure that my transactions close. They're on my team.
Have the lender meet them at your office.
Or you could do that.
I think that the script, I think when you look at the structure of scripts, the main intention is to create excitement
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
curiosity. And I think that the script doesn't effectively do that.
Mhm.
It works for you. I think that it has to get a little bit more excitement and create that curiosity that's going to want to take them to the next level.
Okay. Well, how would you improve it?
I would first of all, I would start out by saying, "Wow, outstanding! I'm glad you called about that property. It's really exciting right now. Getting a lot of it from people wanting to have information on that property. What drew you to this home?"
That's
I would
good.
allow them then to expand on that, and then to make. I would ask more questions in a short period of time, and maybe have 1, 2, or 3 in a row, and then move to get them closed from the lender.
Okay.
I would say the tone of your voice is pretty exciting, so you don't have to worry too much.
Yeah.
I know.
I know I'm loud.
And the script is really geared to first-time home buyers.
Again, all of you are going to chop this up.
Yeah.
This is just a guide. This is just what's worked for me. Again, 99% of the people, they say they're coming in.
And if you make it your own, it's easier for you to memorize
Exactly.
it, and it's easier, and it's more convincing, and it sounds, it doesn't sound like a script because you've already made it your own. Because if you just go off of this, it's gonna sound like a script, and it's not ever gonna be natural. So
Yeah. You gotta make it your own.
The flow is good. I just think you have to personalize it and chop it up. So
Yeah. Yeah, this is just a decent template at best. Yes,
Well,
Peter.
Sometimes, isn't it, don't conventional buyer, I'm sorry, wouldn't sellers prefer conventional loans opposed to an FHA loan sometimes?
I wouldn't say so.
No?
If I was a seller, what do I
Bottom
want?
line.
Highest dollar amount.
If it's
Highest dollar
if it's
amount.
an unlisted property,
Unlisted property? So it's for sale by owner?
investor property that's.
To me, a loan is a loan, honestly. It can fall out either way.
Okay.
The only thing that would have precedence is a cash offer if they're willing to offer that same amount.
The
That'd be
only
the only
time
thing.
that you really want to go conventional is bank owned, because if the property is going to be 2 or 3K and it needs a lot of work,
I don't even show it. If it needs 2 or 3K,
Yeah,
trash. Automatically. I mean, you could do that, but
Well,
most
it's
of my
not
buyers
common.
don't have the 20% down to do it.
Plus, it's a long, drawn-out, energy-taking process.
I try not to do that. 2 or 3K is just,
don't even go there.
I mean, if they bring it up, I tell them, hey, we can try it, but this is what happens. Escrow cuts a check for $15,000. What happens to the contractor? He's gone for 9 months or whatever it
Right.
is, and then comes back and finishes the work.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I know you had a question. No? You were yawning?
No, I'm just debating whether or not to. Well,
Well, we can mastermind here for a little bit.
pardon?
I said we can mastermind here for a little bit. We
Well,
all get better
I'm
together.
not a realtor, but what my company does is we
work with realtors to transition folks who have the marginal credit.
Okay.
So maybe they're a recent short sale.
Okay.
We pre-qualify them. And purchase
Yes,
them.
you came with Peter.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm trying. That's why I'm here, is to think about how. I mean, every realtor can use that. This is a buyer that no one's targeting right now.
Mhm.
So if they were to say, "Do you have a down payment but can't qualify for a mortgage?"
But that's easy for short tail listing agents.
Oh, absolutely. You know? But no, it's true. I'm just trying to think how I'm. There are so many reps that I can utilize. Will I need to have a number? If it's property related, maybe we need to use somebody else's.
I would team up for your stuff. I would, or no, if you advertise it as your private loan program, you could advertise a property and then you just be sending out referrals. Agents would love you.
Yeah, that's.
If I was a loan officer, I would build a huge system to get a ton of leads to give to agents, because then I'm gonna greatly grow my business.
Yeah, we're doing that on other stuff too. But this is neat. This is really neat.
This is honestly, this has always worked for me really extremely well, and it continues to do so. I just sold one of my short sales. I sold him a property. It was in Southgate. My listing, I got him directly off Craigslist. I think he was 23 years old. He was just getting married. He had, both him and his fiance had like 760 FICO scores, and they had about 10 grand in the bank, so the bank paid for their closing costs. But you get these gems off Craigslist. I know a lot of people say you get like a bunch of crappy buyers. Well, look at the ad that you're posting. You put up crap, you're gonna get crap. You put up nice stuff, you're gonna get nice buyers. So that's the whole purpose of this, training you to do those type of ads.
I think what you're trying to do with Craigslist and just you're gonna get a lot of first time buyers. I think they're gonna go on there more than anything.
Yeah.
So I think everything overall works well. Script and everything.
All right, so let me shut this down, and then if you guys want, here we can mastermind here for a few minutes. I know all of you probably want to ask me.
Mobile application for
yes.
There's quite a few options there.
All right.
Like 5 different Craigslist.
I gotta figure out what it.
Do you know if it's also available for the iPad?
Honestly, I haven't tried it because I'm still new to the iPad, but I'm sure they have one.
And you just put it in the top and use the same app.
Well, it doesn't look the same though. She's probably like wanting a big screened one.
No, I'm just saying because if you have it.
When you go to the App Store, on top it'll say iPad or iPhone. Just put iPhone and it'll be the same download. CC. There's a bunch of stuff from Sonia. Taro?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff.
You just have to start doing your classes.
I like taking it. I've taken it like a bunch of times just to. She always has something new.
Where's she?
She gives them up there in Rochester, Cucamonga.
In Board of Realtors?
Yeah, Board of Realtors.
So like once for the iPad.
Yeah. Her class is really good.
All right, here we go. So you guys see the iPhone on the screen?
Yeah.
All right, that's my beautiful daughter in the background. All righty, let's see here. So this is what it looks like. You can see it right here. It says Craigslist. Everyone see that?
No.
Right here?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
That one's free according to the.
Is it free? Maybe it is free. I thought I paid for it.
You got one C Pro Craigslist for Droid free. It's 5 stars.
There you go. You just want to make sure that it does post it. So this one it allows you to log into your account and you can recycle these ads.
But there is a Mobile Pro for 99 cents.
That's probably what I paid then. I think I paid for the full version.
And then there's one for $1.99.
Or maybe I paid for that one. I don't know. I remember paying like $1 or $2 for it though.
He's like, I just bought everything.
I do. I buy apps all the time. Anyone else like that? No, I'm the only one that's app crazy.
I did a free one.
There's one of my clients calling me. But yeah, once you log into it, this is what it looks like. Okay, and then again, you can go to post right here.
But it's not absolutely necessary to get it right.
You don't need to have it, no. I just do it because I like, I try to maximize every minute of my day. And if I'm sitting at the DMV or in line at the bank, instead of just line hurry up.
So it's relatively simple to do it from your phone
Yeah.
too?
Yeah, well, you're not going to be posting from your phone. You're just going to be reposting the ads, renewing them.
Okay, to repost. That's
Yeah.
what you want to
Yeah. You can put an ad on here, but it's time consuming. So you just want to post an ad or repost an ad.
You post about 4 ads
Per minute. Per minute. You can. I think you can roughly. I can put about 30 to 45 ads per hour. So you can, if you're consistent at doing it, you'll be able to knock them up pretty cool.
There you go. Click it again.
So.
Can you show me how you repost
Is that free one good enough?
See, I haven't done it in a while.
That's your password.
Yeah.
That's your password.
I know I
She
have
can't
to
remember it.
Oh, okay. But did you
I
get the free one
changed
or did
it
you
so
pay for
many
it?
times.
Of all the options
I'm gonna get the
Everyone following still?
Yeah.
Okay.
$149.
So you can see all my ads that are in here.
On the droid.
I'll just click on this
I
one.
think one is like, 'cause we're here.
Everything looks good. Repost this posting.
It says pro for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's still good.
Take a look at that.
So continue. Post.
So all the purple ones are the ones that went over 7 days?
Yeah, all purple are 7 days old. They're expired.
Got it.
And that's how you do it.
So with the over 7 days, you didn't have to change the title.
No, well, most of your ads, after you get 100 in here, you're going to recycle these same 100 for a while. You're not going to have to ever change them because you've already changed them, putting them in the system. Make sense? Yes, sir.
Sometimes they do go to repost. I mean, they go to, it stays there, it's not a renew after a while, and it's a repost. And
Uh-huh.
you can just repost the ad again.
Yeah. Yes.
I noticed that you had a separate email, it looks like for Craigslist alone.
I actually used to, I think on here it says I used to have 4 accounts.
Right.
I used to have 2 computers side by side, and I would literally do a bunch, stop, do a bunch, get stopped, come back, do a bunch, stop, and then once I got locked out, I'll log out of my account and I'd log into another account and go back at it.
Got it.
I used to be like hardcore Craigslist, like literally.
Do they send a lot? I'm just thinking, should I set up a new email account just in case they're like constantly sending me?
No, what you're gonna do when for
Like a confirmation or like yes, this is Chris. If they're gonna send something.
they're not. Probably only gonna need. I only use 1 account right now. That's all I use. You're not gonna need multiple unless you're gonna be like die hard like I used to be. You're not gonna need more than 1 account. Yeah, well, yeah. That email is separate for like all my online stuff. That's my catch-all email. It's not my work email. No. Yeah, it's separate. I think I have 2 different email addresses, or maybe 3. So everyone good with the app? Decent. Any questions? No questions? Was it good?
Yeah.
Or awesome?
Thank you.
Or outstanding?
It's always good.
Thank you guys.